Welcome to the girls. Today we're in Jeannine's house.
We are.
We've moved our set how many times now since COVID started?
The traveling table.
Yeah.
I swear this table has been everywhere.
Well, how about how the table got here?
Oh, God.
It was on a trailer, thank goodness for the Living Waters, for
Yeah, they
Lance
were
and his
awesome.
wife, and they just loaded it up on a trailer, and it was all strapped in with the seats around it. And it was so funny because we said we could do a show like on the road, literally.
With helmets on.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah. So here we are again. We have a different set, but we're happy. I think this is it now. I think we're good.
We think we're good.
I think we're good.
We don't know
I think we're
until
good. We'll find
something
out.
else happens, but you know, we always keep it exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do
So
you got?
you know how when you're looking on your Facebook page and you have all these little ads coming across? Well, every once in a while there is something cute. I ordered this and I didn't know how it was going to be because, you know, I've ordered things before and we've shown those on the set that are just duds. But anyhow, I ordered this and it's just like so freaking cute. I'm going to hide myself so you can see it. But read it, Jeannine.
Well, I can't see it. No need to knock. I know you are here. Gucci Fabio. That's Gucci.
This is a front door mat, so you just approach the house and of course he'll start barking.
Barking.
You do not need to ring my doorbell or knock on the door. He knows that I'm here, so
Gucci's there.
he liked it. As soon as I opened it up, he just
liked
laid
it.
right on it.
They're just part of the family. If you have a dog or a pet, you know they're always a part of your family. And I'm pointing over here because little Rosie,
I call her Tippy Tap.
I can't get her, but she's here, right here. So you'll hear this. If you hear this, it's because she's walking around on the hardwood floor.
And how about when she
can't pick
throws
her
the
up.
hissy fit, and it sounds
Sure.
like she's tap dancing. She's
Yeah. So the dogs are always around, right? We're in her space right now. So, yeah, it's funny.
So now you didn't mention anything.
Oh, I'm getting married.
Every show.
No, there's some I didn't talk about, but yes, I'm getting married. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
How many more days? It's
today,
taped, so let's think about it.
well, from today, the day of the taping, we are, how many days? 92.
yeah, she has
92. 92 days.
Countdown to Christmas, there's a countdown till Jeannine's wedding in my mom's house.
I got
which
my
is
little
funny.
Santa Claus that has a little chalkboard on it. It says countdown till, and I wrote in wedding, and that's what it is.
Yeah, lots to do, but we'll be talking about that on a different show, not this one.
Not this one, but we talk about it every day.
Yes, we do.
Everything's around the wedding.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
But today,
So,
you want to hear who we have on?
yeah, sure.
Okay, so we have on a Hazleton native, Hazleton, Pennsylvania. She is a model. She is a boxer. She's an actress. She's also one of our friends, and I feel a little old today because she grew up with my daughter Alyssa. We have Nicole Mahon on the show. We're going to talk about her career. We're going to talk about maybe you're looking to become an actress or a model and go after your dreams, and she's going to tell us how she did it. I believe she was even on a billboard in New York City.
I know. How about that? That's like big time.
I want to be a singer.
Oh, no.
Let's go out to the...
Let's go out to break.
Watching
You don't wanna
the
hear her
girls,
listen. Oh, my
you're
God.
watching the girls, we'll be right back.
I promise she won't sing anymore.
We're back here on SSP TV. You're watching a brand new edition of The Girls. I'm here with my mom, and we're here with our guest, Nicole Mahon. She is an actress. She is a model. She used to be a boxer, and it's good to have local folks on our show to tell us about their careers. Nicole, thanks for joining us.
Yes. Welcome to the show, honey.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
Before the break, I feel like I've known you since you're so little because you and Alyssa used to run around my basement in my house and have sleepovers, and now look at you all growing up and having careers and stuff. So how did you get into modeling?
I have always wanted to be a model since I knew what modeling was, but I never wanted to do like the pageants and what you see at dance competitions. I thought it was nice, but I never saw myself doing that runway. And I went to a very low point in my life, and I was like, you know what? I'm lost. I don't want to go to college. I don't want to do any of that. I'm going to start my dream as a model. So I applied to a bunch of agencies online. I had no idea what I was doing. I had absolutely no idea. And then the one day after I applied to, I'd say like 3 of them, I got a phone call from one and they were like, we're going to schedule an audition with you. And I was like, oh my God. So I went through my first audition and it was so nerve-wracking because I thought it was going to be like a one-on-one. No, it was like 14 other models and 1 instructor, and I had to like talk out loud, and it was very scary. And then I got a call back for the next audition, and I went through that one as well. And then they invited me into their schooling program. So I went to modeling and acting school. I finished that, and I was going to sign with their agency, but then I got a better offer from another agency, and I just signed with that one recently.
All right, so you said that you did all this, you know, not knowing what was going. Did your mom know what was going on? Did your parents?
Yes.
Did you have some guidance
I
here?
did. My mom was very, very excited for me. So was my dad, because they knew that I've always wanted to do this. And from where I was to where I am now, I never saw it. I had no self-confidence. I couldn't even look in the mirror at some point. And now I'm here. So they're very supportive and very happy to see where I'm at.
So how old were you when you first applied?
I was 19.
19 years
Yeah.
old. And then till you got accepted and went through the whole program, how long was that program? Like, what was that like?
It was 30 weeks, 1 class once a week, and it was a 2-hour class.
And what did they teach you in that class?
They taught me everything, so it wasn't just modeling, and I just wanted to do modeling, but it was acting too. And I'm not the best actor, but I opened my horizons to acting. The classes were fun. I learned like monologues and commercials. I had to create my own, not good. But
Stop
I learned.
it. I'm sure it was good. You're kind of
Eventually-
acting now. You're on your first TV show.
I know. Eventually
Yeah,
it got
good for you.
better.
I want to talk to you a little bit about image, because on our show we really try to get home to women and girls. I mean, I have a teenage daughter, and I try to teach her to accept herself. We come in all shapes and sizes, and
It's hard.
Sometimes society, even on a local level, it's hard because people will come up to you and they'll maybe think they're being nice, but they'll say, "Oh, you look so much better in person," or "You look taller," "You look shorter," "We love your show," you know, and they'll make a comment
Criticism
about
from
your
everyone. Yeah.
appearance. So, tell us about modeling and maybe some myths now, because it's really been more open to different shapes, sizes, colors,
Yeah,
ethnicities.
It truly is. There's times where it really is hard. I have been turned down by a lot of people. I went to an agency interview, and she looked at me and she told me I was too short and I'm never going to make it. And I was like, oh, okay. But I took that and I took it as almost
Constructive
fuel.
yeah.
And I was like, she's not going
I'll
to stop
show
me.
you.
Yeah, exactly. But anyone can be a model. You don't have to be a certain shape. You don't have to be a certain size. If you want it and you want it bad enough, go for it. As long as you have that confidence, and that's the hardest thing is confidence. Like I said, I never had it, but because of modeling, I can actually look in the mirror. I can look at my pictures and be like, wow, I actually am pretty. And that'll help any girl. Even just taking pictures outside with your friends or anything like that, looking at those pictures, you just have to tell yourself, I am beautiful.
I think the confidence that you get, every person, when they have confidence, that's where the beauty is.
Exactly.
Because that's when you're able to be free and comfortable with yourself. And that's the true beauty.
It's
That's
truly
like you're
not
saying.
just about looks. When I go to photo shoots, a lot of it is personality. My last photo shoot, me and my photographer, we ended up like this by the end of it.
That's awesome.
It's not just your looks. You need to be an outgoing, happy, and confident. You can't stand in front of that camera and have no idea what you're doing, or like, I'm not pretty enough, because your pictures are gonna, it won't.
They're going to show it.
Yeah,
to be able to
exactly.
express
You're gonna
yourself.
see that you're uncomfortable.
And the thing about it that interests me is when you look at your generation of social media, and you know, a lot of people are exposing, this is what I look like before, this is what I look like after a filter, or you know, there's no shame in using a filter to
No.
make your lighting look better, but at least look like yourself, right? At least look like yourself. And there are other models who are talking, there are plus size models who are coming out and talking about body image. There's models who have birthmarks or different pigmentation that are coming
Limbs
out.
missing.
Limbs missing.
And they're the models who make it.
So what do you model? What
I do
tell me
commercial
about
and print modeling. So magazines, clothing, websites, that is strictly what I do right now. I want to become, obviously I want to be a professional model, but my 2 that I want to go for, like 2 categories, would be fitness and swimwear. They're the 2 that I want to.
fitness and swimwear.
We're going
Wow.
to talk about your fitness, because Nicole actually boxes too, and we're going to talk about that later. But we're going to stick to the modeling because there's a lot of cool things that you've done. I've followed her, and it's so interesting to see someone, maybe someone out there you'll inspire. It's like, oh, I know her, or she's from a small town. You don't have to be from this big town to make it, as they say.
Absolutely not. And the agency that I just signed with, did you guys ever see Mamma Mia? The movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know Amanda, the main girl?
Yes.
Her first agency she signed with is the one that I'm with right now.
See that?
And then they took her to New York, and now.
What happens from there? Like, do you just let them take control of every job that you get, or do you just wait by the phone, or do they try to tell you, they sharpen your look or your image, or they advise you what to do?
So right now I'm in a non-exclusive agency. There's a non-exclusive and there's exclusive.
Okay.
If you go with an exclusive agency, that is strictly your agency. You cannot sign with anyone else. Any work you do has to be through them. But because I'm with non-exclusive, I can do their work and I can do my own work.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I do a lot of TFP shoots, and TFP stands for Trade for Photos. I will model for the photographer, and it's like an upcoming photographer. So I'll model for them and get those pictures for free so they can get their work in too.
Right, you share
Right.
your
And then you could build your portfolio.
Exactly.
trade each other. So they're
Yes.
building their portfolio,
And
you're
I'm building mine.
yours.
Yeah.
So once you get your photos taken professionally, this is your look now.
Yes.
You can't change anything.
Yes.
Obviously, they change your makeup, but like your hair has to stay a certain length. And what did they like most about you? What are some of the things?
The blonde hair.
The blonde hair, the
blonde hair,
confidence,
definitely.
right?
The confidence, the personality, my smile. They love my smile. Never said anything about my height. I mean, height is probably the biggest thing with modeling.
Yeah.
That's how you know where you're going to go into, what category you're going to go into.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Okay.
So runway is definitely out for me.
But there's always high shoes, you know? You
There
can
is
always
high
cheat a
shoes.
little bit.
I actually had an agency that I applied for. She called me and she said, "Are you sure you're 5'4"? And I was like, I'm positive I'm 5'4". And she was like, "Well, we can make you look taller." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" If you do yoga and Pilates like 3 times a week, apparently it stretches your upper,
I'm in.
right?
Here comes 5'3".
You're going to stand up straight. You'll
Yeah.
have, you could add inches that way.
Well, you have long legs too.
I do have
She's
long
she's sitting down, but she has
Yeah, she has legs
has-
all the way up to her
long
arms.
legs. She has very long legs. So you look longer, or you look longer. You look taller.
She looks longer.
You look longer.
All right, speaking of longer, don't go anywhere because we'll be right back. We have a lot more to talk about with Nicole.
And look at our gorgeous spring flowers today, provided by Smith Florist. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Jen and company. They do so much for the community, and they always make our set look pretty, pretty, pretty. So thank you, and they smell amazing. You're watching The Girls. We have Nicole Mahon on with us. She is a model. She's an actress, and she boxes. She used to be a professional boxer.
No, not professional.
Okay. Well, she used to box
Amateur
them.
boxer.
Amateur boxer. I like to make the title a little bigger than it is. So if you're just joining us, we were talking about your modeling career and how you actually had a really big shoot. And you shot the scene in Pittsburgh, correct?
Yes, on one of the bridges. It was actually funny. We based it off the traffic, and we were looking how it was going and then how to run on and off the bridge.
That's scary.
Oh, my Lord.
And I hate bridges, so it was
Oh
really
my
scary.
gosh, that is not even. I would have in heels and stuff.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, so your career took you to new heights.
It did.
Literally.
So that picture, how did that picture end up on a billboard in New York City?
The people that I was doing my modeling and acting classes with, she was kind of like my agent at the time, but not really my agent. She sent me the information that they were looking for models for this billboard. And then I submitted my pictures and I was on a billboard. I was also on the cover of their magazine.
All right, so now how did you find out that your picture was going to be in Times Square, New York City, big time, where all of the biggest companies have had all their
models.
Their models. I mean, that's the breakthrough even for Brooke Shields all the way back when.
They emailed me and they were like, "Congratulations, we chose you." And I can't tell you how I felt. I started crying. It's a moment I'll never forget.
All right, so now you live in our area.
Yes.
Did you get in the car and drive to New York City?
I scheduled a date to go see it. And then I went there.
And from there, did you stand in front of the billboard and say,
And cried. Yeah, I cried first.
"Everybody, this is me up there"?
Now, who was
And-
next to you? Was there like a Kardashian, or was there a, because there's billboards around you, but that's really cool.
Yeah, it was. It was actually right on top of Route 21. So you know that, yeah.
Well, I saw the photo, and I definitely know where Route 21 is because my daughter and I love going in there. So that's awesome. That's really awesome.
And during it, while I was like looking at it, there was a random photographer who came up to me and he was like, "Do you mind if I take your pictures?" And I was like, "Sure." Just in the middle of Times Square, we did a photo shoot, which was really cool too. It was a lot of emotions at once.
I guess so. Were your parents with you?
My mom was, yes,
She must have been going crazy,
She
like
was.
so proud.
What's
She
next
was.
then from here?
I'm going to be on a billboard in Los Angeles
Just in Los Angeles, folks.
on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, May 19th. I don't even know what to say about that one. It's through the same people who I did my New York one, and they emailed me and they were like, "Hello, we wanted to know if you want to be showcased on this," and I was like, "Yeah." So we're going out there to see that one as well.
And then was it for a certain clothing line? Is it a product?
It's
or
a
what is it
fashion
for?
magazine.
A fashion magazine.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Will you be on the cover of the magazine
will.
as well? Oh, so we have the cover girl
I
sitting
want
next
both
to
of
us.
those magazines because you're going to make it big, and when you make it big, you're going to remember your first TV show was here with the girls, and then we're going to have you on again, and you're not going to say you don't have enough time, and we're not paying you. You're coming on for free. I want to say
Absolutely.
that recorded. So, but we're happy for you. We're happy
Thank
for
you.
you, and hopefully those actressing.
What are you
I
trying to
don't-
say, Jenny?
Acting.
Acting. Sammy's hysterical.
Hopefully, the acting classes will also help you with your modeling career.
They do. It all intertwines.
Yeah.
They all benefit each other.
So, all right, so I'm still concerned about when you get to the shoot. Do they start doing your makeup? And do they
depends
do
on
your
the shoot.
hair? And are you doing everything yourself?
No. So if I do the TFPs, like I told you about earlier, I do it all myself. But if I'm doing something for a certain brand, they do everything.
They top to bottom?
Yes.
Clothing, everything
Yep.
like that?
I want to be a model. Just do my hair and makeup and my clothing, and I'll just sit there and talk on the phone. How about it?
I guess you want to model for, let's see, what's the margarita that you like?
Oh, I'm going to model alcohol.
Well,
Thanks,
for the
Mom.
name of the company, that's like Smirnoff and all those big companies. They have
Tito's.
someone.
I'll take the
Yeah, you
Tito's
could
brand.
stand next to the Tito's. They can make the bottle real big, and
How
there
about
you
it? Or a
go.
wine or in a vineyard. I can pose in a vineyard.
So, is there a certain goal that you have with a certain company or anything? What is your like ultimate modeling?
So my real goal, I'm not stopping till the world knows my name. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care who tells me I can't do it. I'm going to do it. And I would love to model for Gymshark. I love Gymshark clothes so much. So I would like to eventually model for them. And any other bigger names, I mean, it would be cool to get like Louis Vuitton in there, or Gucci, or any of those. But
or any of the fitness, Nike,
yeah,
Adidas.
those would be awesome.
Well, they're hearing it now because you not only watch us on SSP TV
Yeah.
locally, but you watch us online on YouTube and everywhere 24/7. So you're hitting the entire globe right now. You just put that out to the universe.
I did.
So it's
about
going to
it?
be coming back to you.
Tell us quickly about your boxing career, because that's really
Yeah,
two different
it
ends
is.
of the spectrum.
I started boxing in 8th, 9th grade, so 4 years ago. I loved it. I love working out. I'm such a physically, like outside, gym, anything, count me, and I love it. I had my first fight like 6 months after training, and I did lose that fight. And I didn't stop with that either. I was like, whatever, you win some, you lose some. So then I started training again, and then I won my next 2 fights. I am currently still training, but it's a little bit hard to do both because I really can't
Can't
ruin
have
my
your face all black and
I was
blue.
just going to say, now wait a minute. I don't think this is going to work out
I
too
know.
well, because what if somebody gives you a nice little bop in the face?
Well, I did break my nose already, but you really can't tell. Not too bad. It was up here. But I'm worried if I break it again, you're going to be able to tell, and then there goes my modeling career.
You're doing, you'd like to do fitness clothing, but there are some parameters where modeling you're not hitting, and that would be, like you'll do swimsuits.
Right.
But I know like some models can do nudes, some models
Yeah.
can do lingerie.
And I support them, good for them, but it's not even that I don't have the confidence, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So I will not do nude, lingerie, or boudoir.
Okay.
They're the three I want to stay away from.
I guess your mom's thrilled about that.
She
because
is.
I'm over here smiling, thinking, "Oh, what a good girl." That's really great. What do your friends think now? Do you take some of your friends on the shoots, or does
Sometimes
anybody?
I do, yeah. They're
Yeah?
all very, very supportive of it.
What is your advice to maybe someone who's thinking, hey, I'm only 5'3" or 5'1", and I would like to become a model?
My advice is, doesn't matter your size, doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your looks. If you want it, go get it.
I'm in. I'm kidding.
I'd recommend classes first, definitely. You definitely can't go in blindfolded.
She was looking at you. I recommend classes first.
How about some tips? Like, what are some tips for when you're actually taking a picture? Because there's certain angles that you want, right?
Yeah,
Like, what are you
definitely be
learning?
relaxed.
Okay.
Always be relaxed. Never have your body like straight on with the camera. You always want to be turned a little bit. Your feet should not be right behind each other. One should be this way and one should be this way. It's called the L shape with your legs. Natural lighting is the best, but it depends on what the photographer wants, obviously. I learned something so weird. If you are doing like a serious face and not smiling, you need to relax your lip and almost open your mouth. Feels so weird, but it looks amazing.
Like this.
Yeah.
That looks scary.
Step number 1: scare each other.
There, I took the class right here on the show, so I'm ready to go. It was a speed course.
The speed. So the first modeling that you did you stay awake all night? Were you like fretting over this whole thing? Did
No,
you
I
get
was
there 3
excited.
hours before? I'd be like, oh my God.
No,
Just
I
like
was-
so scared.
I was excited because I knew like a lot of the poses, and then I also talked to the photographer, and I was like, listen, I'm new to this, I'm going to need your help, and they're all very understanding.
That's what I was going to ask them next about the photographers. Do they play music?
If you
what
want,
do they do
yeah.
to get you just really relaxed and into the mode?
Once again, back to personality. Their personality has to be as good as yours, and they know that. To make the model feel comfortable, they'll also pose you, they'll put you exactly how they want you. They're very, very helpful.
Yeah, they can't be screaming at you and saying,
Right.
oh, God, I'm hot, I'm cold, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this. Right. So,
Speaking of hot and cold, did you have to do any modeling where you're outside freezing to
Yes.
death? Like you're in a bathing suit and it's 2 degrees out.
Actually, the one that's on the billboard in New York City, that picture on the bridge, I was frozen. It was like 14 degrees outside in Pittsburgh, and I had a crop top on. It was so bad.
so you're freezing to death.
I was, but you couldn't tell.
The price of fame, ladies and gentlemen. Nicole's information's on the screen if you want to get a hold of her. If maybe someone's watching that wants to book her for a modeling gig, she's available, right? And she's now our bodyguard because she is a boxer, too.
Yeah, we learned a lot here today from Nicole. And if you're aspiring to be anything, no matter what it is, just go for it, right?
Never let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do.
I love it.
And she's living proof.
Yes, she is.
Love it.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck.
Thank you.
See you next time on The Girls. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.